So this is a cassette tape loop that lasts about 4.5 seconds. Do you see how there's only a little bit of tape in there? And this one is only 3 seconds. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through how I use these with the Sequential Take 5 to make a sample pack of glitchy synth loops. Okay, so let's talk for a second about loops, because that's basically the foundation for how modern music these days is made. And it's certainly easy enough to create them in any kind of DAW or system. But what happens when you try to create a loop using ancient technology like this? Okay, I know it's not like ancient like medieval times, but it kind of felt that way. And maybe because you have to make these by hand. It's a whole process. You have to take it apart, cut the tape, measure it correctly, tape it back together again, and then, reassemble it. This configuration right here, which creates about a 4.5 second loop, is the easiest one to create. But man, you can go deep down this rabbit hole of trying to figure out different configurations to get longer loop lengths. I mean, just look at some of these. Yeah, lots of ideas out there for making your own. Now, I didn't do it. I got them off of Reverb. And I'll put a link in the description below if you're interested in picking some up for yourself. But anyways, let me walk you through my process for how I use these to create the sample pack. So I just ran the Take 5 directly into the cassette recorder through the mic inputs, and then RCA out into my Zoom recorder. So now it's time to record the loops. And there's a couple challenges that I had to face. For one, in order to record, I had to push the record button and the play button at the same time, which was a little cumbersome. So instead, I had to push the pause button first, then the record and play, and then I would release the pause button as a way of starting the recording and then push it back down to stop it. Now, turning the pause button on and off also doesn't happen immediately either, but that created a very cool glitch effect. Check this out. Hear that? Oh, by the way, and if you want to grab this pack for yourself, there's a link in the description in the comments below. It'll take you to my other channel. It's all about sample packs. So if you're interested in that kind of content, be sure that you subscribe there. And to celebrate the start of this new channel, I'm making this free for the first 2 weeks. So grab it fast. Okay, so another one of the challenges of working with a cassette loop like this is it's really imprecise. I mean, it's like kind of about 4.5 seconds, but you don't really know where the start and the stop for this is. And the other challenge is that when they make these, they cut this tape and then tape it together again, no pun intended. And that little moment when it crosses over that does create an audible glitch. For example, now, in the sample pack that I created, I did leave that in there because there's some beauty in just the messiness of tape. Now, that said, after I played a loop and recorded it into my Zoom recorder, I then brought it into Ableton to do some post-processing, where I did spend a little bit of time editing out like the harsher glitches, and let me show you how I did that. So let me explain what you're looking at here. This is a stereo recording, the left and the right channel. The Zoom recorder just separates them like that. So here's how it sounds. And you can just literally see those glitches that come from the points where the tape is spliced together. So I also wanted to create a smoother version of this loop, and here's how I did that. I copied it to a different track and then went in, made a splice of the recording, and just shifted it over until that glitch point was gone. And then smoothed that out a little bit with a crossfade. See, now the glitch is gone. And then I just kept doing that through this whole section, eliminating all these glitch points. Oh, and also this section here at the beginning. Now, that one was kind of easy to smooth out, but some of them were a little bit more tricky, like this one here. The most obvious glitch in this one is right in the beginning, but there was also one in the middle somewhere, like maybe here. If we zoom in, we should be able to see it. Yep, it's right there. And so sometimes on sections like this, I would take small pieces from other portions of this loop, copy it over the top of this glitch, and then crossfade it to blend it in. Let's see if that worked. But there's also another glitch in here somewhere. Let me see where I can find it. It's like somewhere in here. This one is definitely harder to see, but it's right here. So I'm going to do that copy and paste again to blend this in. Let's see if that did it. Yeah, I know it's still glitchy, but that's the point of these tape loops. Ideally, I want it to be musical, and that pop that was happening is not musical. So here's that other big glitch in the beginning. And I'll resolve this one by making a cut and then shifting this over. Then do some other cleanup, copy and paste. And here's what we got. Yeah, so that's the basic gist of it. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, and I'm really turned on to these. Excited to try out more of them. This is a new one that I just got that is a little bit longer. There's more tape in it. So having a longer loop changes some things as well. And also, I just got this 4-track recorder. So there's some opportunity to do some layers in there. And also, there's a whole tape speed control. So I can record at like high speed and then drop it down to really change the pitch. There's also a whole pitch knob as well. So lots of possibilities here for sound design. You're going to see that featured more in some of my sample packs. Speaking of, be sure if you're interested in this one, check the link in the description, the comments below, where you can check this out. Cheers.